What's going on, guys? So today I've got a little bit of a different video for you. So kind of like that four-wheeler, I'm going to venture out of the cars and trucks for a little bit, but I'm going to be putting some grips on my 2012 ZX6R there. So I bought these grips last year. I'd been trying to sell the bike, but haven't really got any offers on it, so I ended up putting a set of tires on it. I guess I'm going to go ahead and put the grips on it now. So there's not many videos on YouTube on how to put on a sport bike grip. So this would work across any of the lines, Yamaha, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Honda. Doesn't really matter. Any sport bike grip is going to be pretty much the same process. So it's a lot different than like a motocross grip or something where you would put the glue and the wire clamps and stuff around the grips. These are pretty straightforward. They just come right off. And then you just use alcohol to slide them on and get them rotated to the direction that you want them on the bike. So I'm just going to go through the steps that I do to swap these things out, and hopefully it'll be a pretty good how-to for anybody that's wondering how to change these things out. So with that, I'll get to the install. All right, so the very first thing you're going to want to do is identify which grip goes where. So they're different. The one on the top there has a bigger hole than the one on the bottom. So the one with the bigger hole is the one that goes across your throttle tube. The one with the smaller hole is the one that goes on the solid side there. So the first thing you want to look at is if their grips are the same size. So if you'll look right here, see if I can get it angled good. The new grip is actually probably half an inch longer than the old grip. And then if you look on this side, it's the same way, it's longer, but you can see the bar end doesn't actually touch the other grip. So I think we still have plenty of room just to go ahead and swap them out. I don't think we're gonna have to change anything. And of course, this side doesn't matter. If the bar end hits it, it's not gonna hurt anything. But on the throttle side, you have to make sure it moves freely whenever you put them on. All right, so the next step is gonna be taking your bar ends off. It's a 5mm Allen wrench, but I've got a set of Allens that go on the end of a ratchet. They should just screw right off. Sometimes they're a pain in the butt, but this one's pretty easy, it seems like. There you go. So that's all it is for the bar end. It's just a bolt and a little bit of weight to keep some of the vibration down on the handlebars. I'm gonna get the other side right quick. All right, so on the throttle side, it was actually a little bit different. So there's a nut on this side. It's actually the weighted insert for the inside of the bar. And this one, I guess, has Loctite or something on it, so it actually unscrewed the entire bar end, which is fine. It doesn't really make a difference. But that's how that one come off. So if that happens to you, don't be alarmed. It's perfectly fine. It'll screw on the same exact way it came off. All right, so there is ways that you can pull these grips off. You can work a screwdriver up in there, put some alcohol or WD-40 or something up in there and slide the grip off. But these grips are old and wore out. There's not any crosshatch left on the grip, so I'm just gonna throw it away. So I'm gonna do it the easy way. I'm just gonna take a razor blade and cut it and rip the grip off. All right, there's the old grip. I'm gonna do the same thing on the throttle side. All right, there's the other one. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is clean the bar end off really good. That way you know you're getting a good gripping surface for the next grip. So if you find just like an old rag that's sort of rough, that it'll be good and gritty to get some of the dirt and stuff off of it. And then I've just got some rubbing alcohol, so I'm just gonna pour that on the bar end, clean it up real good, and then we'll get the new one installed. All right, now the last step is putting the new grip on. So again, make sure you're using the right grip, because if you try to shove the smaller hole grip onto the throttle side, it's gonna be a tough day for you. But once you know which grip you have, some grips have a little design on them right here on the front and back. So just make sure as you're twisting it on, you're keeping the design pretty close to where you want it on the grip. If you have it the wrong way and you have to twist it once it's all the way on, it's gonna be really hard. So again, just make sure you sort of have an idea. What I'm gonna do is actually line this crack on the headlight turn signal module right here up with the seam on the grip. So once I get that right there, it's gonna be pretty much straight the way I want it. And it's just an easy way to mark it and make sure that I get the grip exactly where I want it. So what you're gonna wanna do is pour a little of this alcohol down in the grip and just sort of rotate it around to get the whole thing wet. Like that. Pour a little more on the bar end. Let that sit a little bit. All right. When it's good and wet, then you'll start putting the grip on. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna put the other one on the other side, and then we'll get the bar ends put back on, and that should be it. Again, it's the same thing on this side. So it can be a little more confusing just because the throttle turns. So get it just where you think you want it in regards to where your hand normally is when you're driving. So normally your throttle's pulled back just a little bit. So what I like to do is just find where the other side is and actually rotate this grip forward just a little bit. That way when you're riding, the grips will be in the same place. But if you do have a grip that's the same compound all the way across it, it doesn't really matter which direction you put them on. All right, and that's it. So the one thing you want to make sure on the throttle side is that this rubber isn't rubbing on the actual throttle cable piece right here. Because if it's not getting full snapback, of course, then you're gonna have to worry about that. And it's easier while it's wet just to go ahead and slide it back just a little bit so that you don't have to worry about it. And once it's dry, you know you don't have to worry about spraying anything up in here to keep the rubber from hitting or anything. So once you get it all the way on, twist it a few times, just check out the gap right here, and you can even just like grab it and try to pull it back. Just twist it back just a little bit, and that's going to give you enough of a gap right there that you don't have to worry about it. So other than that, the grips are on, and now I'm going to screw the bar ends back in. So you can put Loctite on these threads if you want to. I've never had any trouble with mine coming loose, especially if you've got like a ratchet like this where you can tighten it up really good. But it probably is good practice to go ahead and put some Loctite on if you have it. All right, so that's all it was. We got the grips installed, so you can hop on the bike, and when you look at them, you can see this grip is still being smashed by the end, which is fine. That's gonna hold it nice and tight against all your controls here. And then on this side, we actually still have quite a bit of room right here beside the bar end, and we also, you can see this gap right there between the rubber, so we have nice free play right there on the grip. So the only thing you want to do once you put these grips on is do not ride the bike for a whole day. Hopefully that video helped you guys out. So I'd looked a whole lot of places just to try to figure out how to put those grips on, and there wasn't really any good videos showing how to do it. So I'm hoping that anybody with a sport bike that wants to change their grips out will be able to do it. The biggest reason I changed the old ones was A, because they were worn out, but B, they were the race grip from rental, and they were super hard. So when I was riding, just daily commuting, my hands were vibrating like crazy and falling asleep. And these ProGrips have the dual compound, so they're a lot softer right there on the center, and hopefully it'll absorb some more of the vibration and help me ride a little bit longer during the day. But that's it for this install. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If it helped you out at all, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because we have a lot of cool content, a lot of how-tos and different stuff for different types of vehicles and all kinds of stuff that I'll be posting up. But with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.